Hey guys, in this series of short videos I'm going to be showing you some ideas on how to structure your bridge design in SOLIDWORKS. This will be very handy for your bridge project and any other future projects that involve CAD in your engineering career. The image on the right is a simple truss that we'll be modeling today. Please use this as a guide only. Be creative and come up with your own interesting design using the techniques I will show you. These videos are specifically tailored to the 3D printing and acrylic laser cutting bridges. Please see my other videos explaining the sheet metal designs. So here we have your bridge fixture that you can download from the Canvas homepage. And we'll be designing a bridge today to fit across these two spans of the bridge. And it will also rest on these two ledges. We can also see that the transparent object placed in this fixture is our allowable build volume. So our bridge must fit inside this volume, and we cannot have it go outside these bounds because we need room to place our car, our load pin, and our road. So to begin modeling, what we'll do is create a new file. And as I mentioned in previous classes, a great way to draw your models is to have lots of references and links. So what we're going to actually start with, instead of starting with a part, we're going to start with an assembly. So we'll click that and go OK. Now it's going to ask that we place some geometry or other parts that we've already created, but we're going to click the X, we're going to cancel that. So now we're in our assembly with nothing in it. So what we want to do is now create some reference geometry for our truss. So what we'll do is go to our Sketch tab and click on Sketch. And we're going to click our drop down box and we'll select our front plane. From here we can begin our sketch. So I'm going to select the line tool and tick for construction. And so now we're going to just draw the basic 2D sketch of our truss that we want. Taking a look at our picture, our sketches that we drew. We can continue drawing in all our lines. And we have our vertical line. And you can see that those two triangles aren't symmetrical. So what we'll do is we'll constrain our line. If you hover over to the horizontal line, a midpoint will show up. So we'll click that, and now we have this angled line. So, but if we click this, we can then select this option, make vertical. So now what we'll do is add in some of our dimensions. So if we have a look at our fixture, we can see that the height of our bridge we can measure is 100 mil, but our road is 6 millimeters thick. So we will make it the height of our bridge 94 millimeters. So back in Sketch, we'll click Smart Dimension, and we'll dimension these two lines, and we'll type in 94. Next, we want to specify the length of our truss. So we'll select this line and our point at the edge. Now we know that our bridge span, which we can measure from our fixture, is 385 millimeters. So a quick way to specify half that dimension instead of using a calculator or whatever, you can write your number, your value in this box, but you can also just type a formula. So we want 385 and we'll just put /2 divided by 2. And it's just much quicker to do it that way. We can now see that our sketch is, all our lines are black, which means the sketch is fully defined. And now what we'll do is click the blue arrow and exit the sketch. Now we want to build up the rest of the frame for our truss, and we want it to be all referenced together very nicely, because we know that we can save a lot of time by just modeling basically a quarter of our truss and then mirroring everything to complete it. So next what we're going to do is up on the top we're going to go to File, up in this toolbar, and go to Insert, and Reference Geometry, and we want to click Plane. Now what we want to do is select the first reference for our plane. So we're going to open up our timeline and we're going to select the front plane that we sketched on. Now we can see that it's giving us a preview of our new plane, and we know that the maximum width we can have for our bridge is 118 millimeters, but instead we'll just make this dimension 70 because that's the width of our road. So let's just do it like this for now, and then we'll click the green tick, and now we have a new plane. Now what we want to do is sketch our second part of the truss on this new plane. So we'll click Sketch, open our timeline and select the plane. We can right click our sketch here and select Normal to, and now we'll just draw over the lines using construction lines. And by attaching all the points together, it's going to be fully constrained to the other sketch. And we have all black lines here as well. So now we can exit this sketch. Now what we can do is join our two trusses together using a 3D sketch. So up here where it says sketch, we'll click the little arrow and select 3D sketch. And now we'll just select our line tool and add in our construction lines to go across here. After you draw your line to each point, it will continue to draw. A quick way is just to double click and you'll continue to be able to use your construction line tool. Now, as we have seen from our fixture, we can't have any members going across the center because we need to put our pin through here, so we need room for that. So we're just going to draw two lines connecting these two trusses together, and if we rotate our view we can see that the line isn't straight. So we'll click this line and any other vertical line, and then we'll select our relation as parallel and click the tick. Now we'll also specify some distance from the center, which we'll say is 50 millimeters for now. Oops, I have done this incorrectly. Let's fix this first. Maybe if we do it to this point. Okay. Let's dimension it here instead. That can also work. We'll say it's 115. Great. And now we'll exit our sketch. And now we have a frame, wireframe construction of our truss. So this concludes the first video. So in the next video we will look at drawing some parts to join all of our links together. So I'll see you there.